Hey guys, what's going on? Dale of Dale's Leatherworks here, and in today's video I am super excited to be reviewing this pair of Willie's engineer boots in Tuscanello horse rump. But real quick before we get started with today's video, I just want to give a public service announcement. I just want to remind you guys, if you haven't heard yet, birds are fake. And in this diagram that I wear on my shirt to spread public awareness, it shows that all birds are actually their CIA drones. And this gives the layout of every little piece of the bird that is used to monitor us. So don't be fooled by birds. It's all a psyop. Go look through some history books. There's never mention of any birds until like the mid-1900s. Of all psyops, that's probably my favorite one. The birds are fake one. I think that one's just hilarious. I'm between that and flat earth. I don't know. In today's video, huge thanks to my buddy Preston, who sent me these boots to review. And this is going to be one of my favorite leathers. Tuscanello horse rump, TPR, thermoplastic resin coated, and this is just an amazing engineer boot. I'm tempted to put in an order with Willie for some of these as well. So we've got a beautiful woodsman heel back here. What's interesting is they didn't put a finishing on the edge on the sole, so actually it's a raw edge. They didn't put a coating on there or anything, and it's just beautiful against this nice drab Tuscanello horse rump color. Beautiful unstructured toe, nice sleek silhouette there. We've got some real robust roller buckles at the instep and at the top fastening. And all in all, a pretty standard engineer design. So I believe this is a 10-inch engineer as measured from the top of the heel lift to the top of the shaft. It's 10 inches, but it is actually 11.5 inches from the ground to the top. We've got Willie's embossed here on the front of the boot. I like that the exterior side of the opening is raised compared to the anterior side. It's got that nice slope. It's very similar to my flathead engineers, which are about 1/2 inch shorter compared to these Willie's. Yeah, same sort of slopiness at the opening here. Also collapsed toe. This is probably the most famous engineer style, is with the sleeker collapsed toe. The kind I've been ordering through Renav Goods. We get a little bit of a chonk in here, a little bit of a raised walls in the forefoot. I know that's not everybody's style, but I really love this sort of a look. I love both styles, but this is definitely the most classic engineer style that you can get. Yeah, really cool character all throughout the shaft. Gnarly marbling in the grain there on the vamp. And I don't know what he would have paid for these, but if you had sourced these from, say, Japan, John Lofgren or something like that, you'd end up paying $1,500 in some cases. My bets are at Willie's. He probably charged about $700 or $800. I could be wrong. I'll double check with Willie on that. Most noteworthy that stands out to me as a unique touch is this triangular stitch pattern here for the top strap enclosure. It's also located back here as well. I think that's really stylish, really cool. It's got Willie's embossed on both boots instead of just one, and Willie is using really, really high quality thread on the back heel stay, all up the back heel strip, all across the instep area, and there is no toe track in these. And then I also have some Mariam TPR here. This is Mariam Macchiato TPR. Beautiful stuff. I might have to get an engineer made in some of this. Maybe I'll reach out to Willie, see if he could get me something in the works. But yeah, I love Tuscanello and Macchiato. I think those are two of the best Battle-Assy colors. I'm selling the Macchiato in kilties on my website, dalesleatherworks.com. I also have Asfalto Mariam horse rump TPR as well. Horse rump thermoplastic resin vegetable tan leather comes from the Mariam Tannery in Tuscany, Italy. The Mariam Tannery, heir to centuries-old experience and knowledge, still performs with care and passion the slow process that takes raw hides to become leather, in total respect of nature. A process based on the use of natural tannins from trees, new technologies, and the slow passage of time. This horse rump is cut from horse butts that don't have the size and other attributes to be selected for shell cordovan. This veg tan horse rump leather is top grade. It's full grain with incredible denseness and a rich feel. Often many of these hides you will see small areas of actual shell cordovan within the hide. It has a nice firmness with some slight suppleness. Horse butts are an extremely dense fibrous area of leather that lends itself well to durable applications like boots. Horse rump has unique characteristics like spider web veining, dark spots, scars, and cuts. These horse butts have an aniline finish showing off its natural grain and beauty, meaning it will patina. One of the unique aspects of this leather is the honeycomb pattern of wrinkles you see in the hides. It is a signature of some portions of this horse butt, and it gives a special look to products that are made with it. And lastly, this leather has a TPR finish, which is a resin finish to give hides a stunning shell cordovan-esque look. This leather is about as close as you can get to shell cordovan at roughly 1/3 the cost. We are confident this will become one of your favorites. And yeah, let's see if I can see any shell on the inside. So these are mostly unlined except for in the vamp area. And no, I don't see any glaring shell cordovan areas. If they are in there, it's probably in the vamp. One thing that's really cool, my buddy Brian Nichols was just visiting Willie's in the Philippines, and so I'm going to include some of that footage in this video.
Apparently, because I've never fired the whole Zoom thing up, it had me muted. So is there a way to, there we go. We can flip. This is Willie's shop.
Awesome. Dang. Oh man, this is amazing. This is the first time I've ever gotten inside footage like this.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see it, someone in their element.
Willie, nice to meet you, my friend.
Here,
my pleasure, bro.
We'll flip you around here. Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
yeah,
man.
this is my workshop. So we have an engineer here on Cooper finishing.
So is that the graphite again?
It's a graphite, yeah.
So yeah, so I ordered the graphite a long time ago, and then Willie liked it so much when he worked with it, which I'm going to be the late man getting the start on the graphite, but he liked it so much that he ended up making it a stable.
Yeah. You also have Tochigi left.
I think that's the first time I've actually seen the Tochigi.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's really not stiff at all. It's drier. Feels a little bit on the dry side. Were these the prototypes, or those are just being made for the whole cut monkey boot?
Well, that's the prototype. So
gotcha.
Before we do the production, we experiment and stuff.
And then you got bags going on there too.
Yeah, those bags.
So Dale, she's wearing the Mariam graphite. This is an A-grade hide. We got a matching pair. I haven't cracked mine open.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Wow, beautiful.
That is cool. Munson pattern that they use for nurses and doctors. We went over historical stuff and we recreated it. This wasn't built fast. Like we went over to design the Munson. Oh, Willie, do you have my custom last? We could actually show them.
Let me check here. So this is the work area for lasting. And
oh, so what leather you got on there that he's working on?
all right, here we have the roper with zipper.
Okay,
So here's an engineer boot.
nice.
Oh,
And
that's
then-
we have the boot. It's
Oh,
split. So
oh
we have
wow.
I recommend the oil latigo, and I recommend splitting it down to 5.5. Otherwise, it is some brutal stuff.
yeah, it's not split. So
That is wild, man. I sent him a 9-ounce hide of English bridle that was unusable, man. I ordered like a top A grade hide that I think did you ever make belts out of that?
not yet, but
Not that
I think
do we have it around still? Oh, this is Shasha's actually. It's still in progress.
Yeah.
This is the Arif and Sons, man. It is just wild pull up if you look at that. This is the water buffalo.
Dude,
I ordered that.
That is
Wait,
pretty cool.
by the way, we bought the rest of the hides. We did a batch of 5. So if you wanted to go in on that, he still could make you a pair on that.
Oh, okay, very good. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm interested. Let's make it happen.
or if you want the whole cut, we can also do that.
Okay.
Yeah, he
What's
does
that
a,
boot?
by the way, he does a whole cut monkey boot now, man. That's what those are going to be, a whole cut monkey boot.
That's Willie's engineer.
Yeah. They're from Preston. I'm reviewing these.
Oh.
Tuscanello horse from engineers.
Just ship that boot maybe last week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to review them and then send them to Preston. So shout out to Preston. Thank you for routing me these because I'm going to be reviewing these. I'm really excited about that.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at them. I'm like, wow, this is just expert next level. I just love Tuscanello. It's so beautiful. And you guys just did a bang up job. So well done, sir. Well done. Thank you.
Can't wait for your review then.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Keep an eye out for that
Well,
review. It's coming soon. Wow, look at that. Dr. Soul original outsole. I love it. Nice heel work, heel sanding here. Absolutely astonishing. I'm gonna have to put in for an order of these too. So
Oh, thank you.
yeah, sign me up for 3.
one thing I was trying to, and we can walk through the custom fit here process, Dale.
Yeah.
That was one thing too, is in person. I always tried to tell him that he should really get a custom fit because he's got, I don't know, how many boots do you have? I can't even fathom it.
Not many.
Not many. The wall behind doesn't exist.
Not enough.
Not enough. By the way, I don't know if you got to see them. He's got your boots here that they're in the middle of working on. They're the monkey boots, actually.
That's nice. Thank you. When will it be done?
Soon as maybe September when you come back here.
Remember these bad boys?
Yeah.
All of
Green
them.
one?
Yep.
Yeah, the Badalassi.
Yep.
How
all
was
of
it?
them. Yep. All of
It's
them.
faded.
Absolutely in my top 10 boots of all time. Period. These are
Thank you.
these are just such a good lace to toe. And then I have some of your other builds here. Navy Chrome XL. I still have to review these. I haven't reviewed these yet. These were Mario's. So
Yeah.
I got them from Mario. Yeah, Navy Chrome XL. You remember these?
It's one of the first lugger boot we made
Yes.
of Capto.
Yep.
Nice.
That was last year, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
We had a few revisions on the pattern for that model.
Yes.
So we made a slim shaft for that. So we adjusted a bit on the counter as well.
Nice.
Because
Yeah.
that one looked high.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I hiked in these on my birthday last year. And then I have these ones as well. These are my absolute favorite.
Those are just beautiful. I was jealous of that. That was that.
We have lots of orders for that type of boot, but the problem is the leather. So we couldn't source anything similar like that.
Well, they did it as like a one-off. They don't even have to redo it. It was the tannery didn't make money off of it at all. It was like, we're doing this because we want to leave it historically behind kind of deal.
That's why they put it on sale. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Michael Smith about it, who's a huge leather guy. I don't really normally do this kind of stuff. I'm huge in the leather industry. I got people all over. I've talked to Ron Ryder. I've got I've talked to, I don't even know how many at this point. Lots of knowledgeable people you can learn from, though.
Absolute masterpieces. So yeah, my next order with you is due, sir. I'm gonna put in some orders with you here coming up shortly, for sure. Especially these Tuscanello engineer boots. Are you kidding me? These should be flying off the rails right now. These are just grails, like period. Grail boots. Tuscanello is probably my favorite Mariam color. between Tuscanello and Macchiato. Yeah, I got Macchiato here.
Okay, yeah, you do have that. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I still think the graphite for patina can give it a run for the money though, because it just gets that. Remember how I think gray is so hard to get
Yeah.
going, and you can just get that translucency over time. I like the gray how it patinas eventually because you get the brown really coming through. Nice.
Oh, is that the graphite?
Yep, that's graphite.
You did pick up graphite after we talked.
Yep, I did.
That is awesome. You gonna do a bag or belt, or what are you gonna do with it, man?
I'm making kilties out of them, but if there's interest, I'll probably do a bag in it too. I'll just need more of it. But
here's some of the highs they got on hand right now.
Yeah, let's just.
Yeah, is that the Wicket and Craig I sent, or where's that end up with? Okay,
Black Chrome XL.
Oh, that's Black Chrome XL. Okay,
Nice.
We have Bison. So we just have a few, leathers in stock.
Yeah. Oh, I was just curious whatever happened to that old English bridle since you said you haven't done anything with it.
This one.
Go. I know I meant that black one I sent you, man. That but yeah, it's a beast. It's dry.
Looks like leather for belting here.
Yeah. Did you ever get the oil? You said you got the oil Latigo though too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the oil Latigo is not as bad. Oh, I think they did that a thinner. It seems closer. Is that 7 or 6 or what they do with that?
It's 6.
But I've got tan oil Latigo. This is not anywhere near tan oil Latigo. Like I'm feeling this, and this feels fairly soft. This feels like an SB foot leather to me. I'm shocked that it's tan. This is the first time I've seen the natural oil Latigo. It doesn't even feel
actually like Horine MOC, the GBS.
Okay.
Glaze both sides. So there.
So yeah, and because you can get it refinished actually at the tannery when you select as an option, you can go with that for that.
Awesome.
Well,
wow. I love your shop, Willie. And I love
so messy.
Oh no! Look at mine. Look at me over here. You
call it organized chaos. I think what you go with, man.
It's a bloody mess over here.
You said you've got something we can do the resole on the 9111s with. They're a little bit, like I said, worn, but I think a resole would.
You want this resole, bro?
Yeah. What do we have
for
resole options here? How light are those? Okay, they're not terrible. They're heavier than the Vibram. What do you? Yeah. Do you think we should go with more of the heel and maybe like a half sole? I'm up for that.
I think that would be.
Okay.
These are Vibrams.
Okay. Those are the 430s, man.
Yeah, 430s.
I don't know what it is, but I just that is like probably my least favorite sole out of Vibrams.
Soles we have.
Okay.
Full soles and half soles.
Let's take a look. I wish you could get the 700 in the nitrile cork. I love that thing. So hard to find though. Okay.
One of each color.
That's not too bad. The super grips. Have you done the half soles on the super grips before?
Yeah. For drinks, I would prefer the half sole.
Okay. Do they do a half sole on the cork, or is that what this is? No, that's just all of it. Looks like. Oh, there's the cork. It's not bad. What do you think in cork for them? I don't know.
You want the rock cord?
The rock cord, yeah.
I'd go either brown or olive rock cord on those Red Wings.
Oh, that would look good with the contrast, kind of the old rough and tough leather. Was that a half sole cord right there?
Yeah, half sole, and then the full sole.
Was this the different colored cord as well, where it's
Yeah, it's cord.
So you think more the reddish brown, or are you thinking more the olive? I'll let you actually choose, man.
I got enough. I have to choose the green one. This is the cord.
Why don't we do that? That's actually not that heavy.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe do the half sole with the heel and the cork. I'd be game for trying it. I don't have anything in that. That'd be cool.
This one tends to be slippery on snow.
I just need it to track well on concrete.
Almost similar with the soles in older Iron Rangers.
Okay. Oh, the nitrile cork.
Without the midsole.
Without the midsole. Yeah. So if you think, and you can get it to where we do the front half and then with the heel.
This one doesn't have a half sole. This version is just full sole, but we have the green ones. This was the half toe.
Gotcha. So that's the green on the half sole of it, and it still looks like they pebbled the cork inside. Actually, let's go with this. With what do you think for heel stack? Because I know you can mix and match with the Dr. soles.
For heel stack, depends on how high you like to go. Because
I think I want to keep the balance native to what they intended. I'm weird in that way that I always kind of like to keep it intended. I know you could rebalance it. You've probably got skills and the machinery to do it. But
so we can retain the same thickness of the sole.
Yeah, we could do that. Kind of keep the same balance on the way it flexes. Are you game if he does a video on the resole for that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm at your disposal.
I mean, we're probably going to give him enough footage for more than one video.
Yeah, you'll probably give me enough for the whole series. You know, I'm thinking a series.
The Willie series, right?
No, a Willie's cinematic universe.
So first of all, this is why I was encouraging you to try to get these darn tufts, man, is I wanted us all to have a pair for the video. This is my favorite. And I did try them compared to Camel City Mill. These are better in 90 to 100. And they do moisture wick better. And they're just, you know how we talk about feeling the earth in a boot? You feel it better than this. They do have some cushion for break-in, but they're really nice. This is my favorite sock, and I've tried so many. They are gnarly fitness. If I wore those, it's strictly going to be in a winter boot.
Thickness, right?
Oh, these are my favorite. So these were developed for military that were in like desert areas. So it should be really good for the Philippines. So here's the brass rod I brought, so we can actually get those flexes in correct. This is the perfect fitness. There's about a 3/8 brass rod. All of us would advantage because when you take that first step, you're setting the magic for shell or anything else. That'll be the main crease you'll always have. This is what I've learned from all the big bespoke boot builders. That first step you take is so important. I have one other thing for you. Here it is. I got these special for you. There's 2 of them. You know, as a bespoke maker, you never want your tape measures to stretch. Those are from Lisa Sorrell. She does a lot of leatherworking supplies. You want to take a look at them. They're metal. So if you want to do measurements and you never want them to actually stretch out, that is what you use. And they're double-sided. So you've got on one side, you've got your centimeters. On the other side, you've got your inches. So I barely made this in time for the trip. She specializes in cowboy boots. Yeah. Michael Michael Smith, who we both know, had a pair of Floras, who's her main apprentice, do a pair of boots for him. I got that as an actual gift for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, it's Christmas at Willie's today, man.
But by the way, old school. I got
up center.
Okay, wherever you want to place me.
Okay.
So what can you say about my feet, I guess, as someone who does this all the time, Willie? I've been told multiple times I should never be in ready-to-wear boots. I should always be in custom fit.
Well, actually, based on the shape here, this one's a bit narrow compared to the right one. The right foot is a bit narrow compared to the left. And based on my measurements, so the left foot is quite, flat compared to the right foot. The length here is just 28.
You can get these ink pads and they will measure where you're placing your weight. So the darker the color and everything, this is where your weight's being put. So what he's doing is he's not just seeing that, he's seeing how it is I walk and where I put my weight. And you can also see that different feet, you put different amount of weight. So usually you favor one foot over the other. He can even tell, he said, you can tell extreme accuracy based on how someone's foot is. Almost always the foot that's going to be bigger, especially when it swells, is your dominant one. So it's possible too. I'm a big guy, Dale. It's possible if I lost the weight. I've been told by a lot of bespoke makers, one of them being Viberg, is every 10 pounds, you change your measurement slightly. So what you can do, if you're a big guy like me, you eventually add an insole, and you're the man of insoles.
Yeah, no, you're right. And this has been a subject that's interested me for a long time. But you know what? I've lost a little bit of weight recently, and I don't notice a change in my foot size. But that said, anecdotally, I had a kid reach out to me recently. He's like, "Hey, I just lost 50 pounds, and my boots are all way too big for me now.
What you're doing is you're also changing the bone structure. Like Willie can probably feel my feet are my feet on the bonier side anyway. Yeah. So for me, losing the weight may not be as much, except that it's going to change the pressure of my bones because my feet are fairly bony. Some guys, though, have a lot of edema and swelling in their feet. And when that happens, then they're going to really change. My problem, too, like we were pointing out earlier, this is actually muscle. And that's because even though I'm a bigger guy, I do so much mammoth amount of walking and just genetics. And I played soccer growing up because you're going to train those bones that everything ends up coming out that way, too. He doesn't have them, but if you look at my measurements going all the way up to 16 inches, things become wild.
And the right side here, I think you have maybe 6 centimeter difference in the 8.
Yeah. So my ideal height, I've been told, Willie, if I could get them made, is 5 inches. I've been told straight up, like one of the boot builders, Gabbard, wants to see me if he's going to ever do measurements on me. He wants me to maybe get outfitted with you, lose all the weight before he really wants to tackle me, because he just says he thinks my bone structure is going to change. And he thinks the weight is why I swell up so much throughout the day and that bone structure changes, because when you sleep, you're taking all that pressure. It's how I go. I'm 6'1" at the beginning of the day, and I'm 6 foot by the end of the day. We lose that. We shrink that inch every day. So,
Willie, it's so great to meet you finally, sir.
We finally get to talk.
It's a true pleasure to see your shop and to meet you and to see your process. I mean, you've been a maker that's fascinated me for the longest time. You put together just masterfully crafted builds. It's humbling to get to see your operation.
We can actually show you some of our processes, but we mostly do that on weekdays. So on weekends, it's more of deliveries and, accepting walk-in. You can request, get you some videos if you want.
Yeah, I would love that. Yes.
We have a camera guy here. So we have a, photographer who works for us. We have one apprentice here.
Yeah, he's got one apprentice. So this is his working apprentice. So he's got it. So you're going to be the man to inherit the mantle someday. Or start your own place, yeah.
That's why when I told you that the shape of your foot, the C shape.
Yeah.
That's with your socks on.
So with my socks on, it changes to a C. Look at this.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I've been told by Gabbard from Caswell Boots, I have extremely flexible, strong tendons and ligaments and muscles in my feet. But the downside is the socks I wear impact fit more than a normal person.
Well, actually, on your measurements,
yeah.
Once you have your socks on,
yeah,
we just have a few difference in the measurements.
You said the shape's huge.
The thing is, the shape changes.
Yeah,
circumference wise, it doesn't change, but the shape itself, there's this part right here that's squeezed in with the socks. That's why you have a C shape. The one thing that we require some of our clients to have their foot sizing, because there are some who send us measurements, but they're using thick socks, winter socks.
Are those the Munson right now? Yeah. Cool. We can take the step, or actually, I'll wear the Munson out of here. Let's start with the whole cut. I think she's grabbing them. All right. Thanks for bearing with me on this. But look at that Aerith & Sons leather with that hand wax. It reminds you of the black Buttero that you lost out on, man. Look at that red and that black where it is. Could you imagine that thing in the dome?
Yes, I can. And I can imagine it winning.
He did the tongue. We had to go all the way down and cut in the front because of things.
That's got as much wax as your body has water in it, I'd say.
Yeah, these are the whole cut monkey boots. Willie and I talked about them, and like I said, we pioneered those designs. I like the nurse-based Munson one, though. I find that wild. So Michael Smith was the first person that had this leather. He found out I got it, and he's like, "Oh, this is a beast." I'm like, "I don't know, man. I can take it." He's like, "It's a beast." So I can tell you this would be really good for hiking because it's holding me through the weight of the ball really good. See, this is the advantage of checking in person versus otherwise, is you can see how it laces up on someone.
Yeah, I mean, actually fitted by the maker.
Yeah, because he can see that really for the way this upper's cut, we needed more space with me. And it's hard to check when you're just at home. I'll be able to make it work, but you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why I use leather laces. This runs into me whenever I go up. Fit seems good. I mean, it wiggles back and forth pretty good. It's tighter, but I think you want that a little bit more in there.
Just have to loosen this up.
What do we call this model? Is this a
This is a whole cut monkey boot, I believe. Is that what you're calling it? Yeah, whole. So this entire thing is one solid piece from back to finish, and then he adds the backstay to it. There's very few people that are willing to do a whole cut. You can see right here, if you look, that's all one piece, and then he just does the back for reinforcement. That's why I was saying, if you got the bespoke measurements and you could handle that thing, I think that would be like a dream come true for the way you like it. But you're going to sacrifice an entire hide to make this. You can't get 2 boots of hide. If you chose this, that's one hide is all she's making.
That's what I was going to say, was like, it's hurting my brain to think of how they configured that from one piece logistically. Like, okay, you take the side and you're like, okay, like, what's it look like before you even shape it into a boot?
These took a while because he left them on the last for a long time. Because one of the things I learned, if you're willing to take the time, Dale, and you're not trying to chomp at the bit, 6 weeks is the limit for last making time. You can get a more complete fit. The advantage of having your own custom last, you can leave it on longer. Waiting 6 weeks is nothing if you're going to wear that sucker the rest of your life.
That's true. And at this point, I actually enjoy waiting more. It's weird, but I'd rather wait like a long time for a certain pair, just because I know that the payoff is even greater.
So you take it where where the foot's going to flex, and you set your first permanent mark, and you get it really in good.
Works well on horse leather.
Yeah, you do it on horse, but it applies to anything, especially shell. And then, according to the other boot bakers I've made, we'll just walk in these because they're more the type you would just walk in. I don't think there's any way to do this with this type. So we're just going to take a walk some steps. And I think it seems to fit well. Just really see that. Reminds me of that Buttero leather you have, actually.
Similar.
The head back on that. And like, look at this. This we did raw cord like they would do back in the old days. This is the based on the RN. So we call it the RN boots because they were made for nurses and stuff. So technically people in the field that would be working on heavy equipment on the back lines, that were more in the concrete jungle, that were in the med tents, this is the type of design they would do.
Brian is actually on his honeymoon. He paid a visit to Willie and gave him a few gifts. It was really cool. It was kind of chaotic because there was a lot going on. It was really fun to get to actually talk to Willie and see the inside of his operation. It's a big operation, actually, much bigger than I thought was going on there. He's got hides everywhere. He's got employees. He's got tools all over the place. It's truly a boot nerd's heaven. So I would love to go out and visit Willie one of these days myself. In the meantime, I will just continue to fangirl over his amazing products, which frankly, the quality and the workmanship speaks for itself. I'm actually wearing my Willies today. One boot of Willie's that I've been meaning to review are these amazing cap toe boots in navy chrome excel. So review of these is going to be coming down the line eventually, soon as I clear through my stack of reviews that I'm currently working on. All right, so we've got what I would have definitely picked, a Dr. Soul Super Grip cork outsole, and then the leather outsole in this portion is painted brown. That's really cool looking. Gives it a real complementary look to the overall aesthetic of the boot. It blends in nicely with the Dr. Soul's outsoles, but also gives a nice contrast to that sole edge. Just an amazing engineer. I am truly jealous. I wish these were mine, but they are not. I have to get these on their way to Preston. Anyways, with that, I'll shut it down. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, huge thanks to my buddy Preston. I'm Dale of Dale's Leatherworks. I'll see y'all in my next video.